Hi there, it's Jonathan, the author of ezInvoices. This video is meant to help you set up ezInvoices and get the most out of it. I'll walk you through all the different settings you can use and where you can change things, move things around, and get the settings you like for your business. Before we really get into much further into the settings, at the bottom here, you'll notice a contact us for support and features. This is if you want to reach out to me directly, you can just go ahead and click contact us. It's going to open up your email client and you'll be able to message me directly for any features that are missing on this app that you would like to see added. Or if you're having trouble setting things up or running into errors, just let me know and I'll be happy to help. So let's get into it. The first thing you'll want to do after downloading the app is seeing this screen and watching this video is to go ahead and click on settings on the menu on the left-hand side. This will open up all the different settings we can fill out and adjust so that they will appear properly on the invoice. Let's go step by step. Under the address block, this is where your default business address is going to get shown on the invoice. This is getting pulled in from when you set up your store settings with Shopify. So that's how all this information is getting displayed. If you are wanting to perhaps have a brand and you want to represent your business information differently than how you have it set up with Shopify in terms of your billing, then you can go ahead and click override default address. And here you sort of start changing things. Maybe you have a different company and you want to run your invoices under a different banner, or you need to do that under a different banner. You can go ahead and do that here. So maybe you want your business name to look differently, something like that, for example. You can go ahead and do that here. If everything looks good on your end, then you just don't override it simply. Next section is where you'll fill in a lot of your tax identification numbers, specific government numbers that you need to have on your invoices, tax IDs, things of that sort. That's all going to go under here in your business information. And you'll see later on, I'll show you how this appears on the invoice, but let's sort of focus on each one. Here's a generic little business number. Some businesses are going to have a business number associated with their business. This is where you can go ahead and put it. You'll notice that every time there's a field name here, that's what's going to appear on the invoice. So it'll say something like business number 123456789. Same thing for GST. If you're a business that collects GST and needs to remit GST, you'll have a number assigned to you by your government. You can go ahead or your province or state. You can go ahead and put that number here. Again, this is going to say GST with the number followed by it. So there's just some predefined ones already set up for you, like HST, IEN for employer identification number. And then you'll notice if none of these predefined ones really fit into your business, then I set up also a custom field label with a custom field value. So you can really go ahead and call this anything you want. I just have right now set up VAT because I know that's another popular one. So you can go ahead and put your VAT label here as well as a value. Again, this could be quite literally anything. You can just have tax ID, something like that. I'll just leave VAT for now. The next section is anything that's pertaining to your customer on the invoice. Specifically, it's if you want to display the notes that you have on that customer. I know a lot of merchants save notes on their customer. Maybe they're storing a tax ID number there for a B2B customer, or just other generic notes that they might keep and show on invoices. You can go ahead and click on this option. I'll show you where these are all getting set again and where they're being displayed. If you don't have customer notes or you have no need for showing customer notes, then just go ahead and leave that unchecked. The footer information, you'll see at the bottom of the invoice, there's a generic message that'll get displayed. You can choose to not show that at all by just simply checking off display footer message. And if you don't like the message that's by default there, you can go ahead and just select override footer message. And this is the default message. And it says, if you have any questions, please send an email to, and this will pull in your Shopify email address. And that will be by default at the bottom of the invoice. But if you don't like that message and you want to just say something like, thank you for your business, exclamation point, you can do that. Or if you say, if you have any issues with your order, then please email support at mybusiness.com. The reason why you'd want maybe a different email here is because, again, the email that we're pulling from on this invoice is coming from your Shopify's backend. So whatever your main email was, and that was set with Shopify, that's going to be the email that's being pulled. So that's a nice way to override that email if you'd like. I'm just going to make it simple and say the default message. So I'm going to uncheck override footer message. Finally, you can upload a nice logo of your business by simply clicking on upload logo. So let's just go ahead and upload a random logo here, and let's hit save. Now let's go over to how you actually use the app and how you print off the invoices. You're going to want to navigate to your orders page, and then you're going to want to select an order that you want to make an invoice for. And you'll notice on the top right of the screen, there's a few action buttons. You're going to want to locate the print button, click on print, then click on ezInvoices for the app. This is going to open a little window of a preview of your invoice. On the right-hand side, you can choose a language to display the invoice in or save the invoice in. Currently, we support 5 languages: English, French, German, Spanish, and Hindi. So you can choose a French if you have a French customer that needs their invoice in French, like a lot of Canadian businesses might, and French businesses. When you click continue to print, it's going to open up your computer's print screen where you can then go ahead and save it as a PDF or actually print it to one of your printers. But let's now look at some of the details on the invoice. So on the top right-hand side, this is where the business address is getting displayed, the one where we could have overrode if we wanted to. All those custom fields and predefined fields go straight underneath it. So here's the business number, the GST number, HST, and then remember our custom field where we set up a VAT number. The custom field also goes underneath there. So all that's sort of localized for the business information. The logo will appear on the right-hand side of the invoice. And then I'll also call your attention to the bottom here. This is the footer message that you can choose to hide if you don't want to have a footer message. Or if you want to overwrite this default message, you can also do so. So here's if you have any questions, please send an email to jonathan@easyapps.io. Thank you for your business. So you can also get rid of that. I'm going to show you also now just some different templates or behaviors that the invoice can handle. So here we have an example of a customer that hasn't paid us yet because we have payment terms on this customer. You can go ahead and click ezInvoices, and you'll see that there's a nice overdue watermark that you can send to the customer as a reminder that, hey, you owe us some money. At the bottom, you'll see that the terms are displayed. So this was a net 7. The customer owed us money within 7 days with the due date attached. Another example of an invoice is one with tracking, and that was fulfilled. So here is what that looks like. Make this bigger. Again, shipping details in the footer, shipping company was FedEx, tracking number, here it is. Now recall the customer notes I was talking about before. How you set those customer notes is actually on the customer page. So if we look at customer Jane Doe, at the bottom here, in this area, these are where your customer notes live. Now you can have anything here, and if you are someone who stores sensitive information like I don't like this customer, then perhaps you don't want to show that on your invoice. But maybe you store certain tax IDs about a customer, like so. Then you can have it saved like that. And we'll go back to our ezInvoices settings just so we can turn it on. So we're going to display customer notes. We're going to press save. Let's go back to an order by Jane Doe. And let's see what that looks like. So you'll see now that the billing address or the sold to field has the customer note added at the bottom. So here's Jane Doe's tax ID underneath. So this is great if you're shipping to another business and they're clearing customs, or you need to have their tax ID visible. This is one way you can do it. And the last thing I'll show you is the feedback tab. This is not something you need to do, but it's something that would help me grow the app really well. Simply, there are questions I will shoot out to users, sort of help me guide my development path. Right now, here's the question I'm asking. So which of the following features would you most like to see added? You can go ahead and select any of these that are important to you, or if none of them are really what you're looking for. This is just another way of sending me feedback on top of being able to just shoot me an email directly. But if you type something in here and submit the feedback, I'll be able to see all these feedback requests. So again, thank you for downloading ezInvoices. If you have any questions or comments or need help setting things up or looking for specific features, then don't be shy, reach out to me. My information's all here on the app. I wish you the best of luck in your business. Good luck and take care.